Hello everyone. Welcome. This is your friend, Alakazam ASMR. Today, we go back to Bionicle ASMR. We have opened Pohatu Nuva, Toa of Air, Pohatu Nuva, Toa of Ice, and in the previous episode, we opened and built Gali Nuva, Toa of Water. Today in episode 4, we will open the Toa of Stone, Pohatu Nuva, Toa of Stone. We have this canister here with a brown colouring to it. It's quite uncommon when you have things of a brown theme to them. You always have your fire, air, water, and so on and so forth. But to have the colour brown associated with you, it's different. I like it. Pohatu Nuva 8568. Pohatu Nuva was the friendly Toa of Stone. I always liked his appearance. He has a slightly hunched appearance, which you'll be able to detect. Pohatu Nuva, and he had these claws that he could use to crawl around. He was quite fast, I remember. So, sit back and relax as we open, play around with, and build Pohatu Nuva ASMR. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. So, let's crack open the canister and find Pohatu sealed inside. So, let's just empty it all out here. And inside we also have our instruction booklet with Pohatu on the front. So, like we usually do, let us separate the pieces. Let's take these silver pieces here. These claws. Right. These are the feet, brown. The torso here. Miscellaneous black parts here. Just separate them by colour here. All the dark coloured ones go over here. Take these. Close it down. There we go. A bit more room to maneuver with. So you're going to get a small glimpse of what Pohatu looks like before being built. Quite a lot of pieces in this one. And of course we can't forget Pohatu Nuva's mask. Okay, Bionicle Pohatu Nuva. Let us begin building him with the instruction booklet to help us. 8568. We have our Toa Nuva, Tahu, Pohatu, Lewa, Onua, Kopaka, and golly. So, step 1, we need the torso and a small double-ended piece. So we need this, the torso, double-ended piece. We have here, yeah, it has a small number 1 on there. You put it in here, like so. Step 1, complete. So step 2, put a small gear in the back. Okay. Step 2, complete. Step 3, a longer bar with one of these grey modules. Okay, let's see. Put this through there. And one of these grey module parts here. Okay, step 3, complete. Are these the same length? Yeah, okay. So we go into step 4. Step 4, as usual, you take the bigger gear and you put it in the back. So you put this here and that on the back. Oh, wait a minute. I've used the wrong one. Apologies. This one isn't actually long enough. So, let's try this again. We need to take this one. So, the gear goes here. Then it goes in. See, this one has to be long enough to reach. They're quite similar looking, so it's an easy mistake to make. There we go. Back on track. Now the gear turns as it's supposed to. I really like this brown colour to Pohatu so far. Okay, so next we take the other gear that is left on step 5 and put it on the left side here. Turn smoothly. Okay. Next, we need one of these connecting rods here. And put it in there. Next, for step 6, we need to take 2 small bars and put in each side for the arms. Are they the same length this time? Yes, they are. So, one shall go through here, to this small slot with the rest of the gears. And this will go on the other side. Step 6, complete. Leave a small gear turning here. Okay. Now here's the interesting part. This is pretty standard fare for the Pohatu Nuva to build. This would normally be where the legs and the arms go. But in Pohatu Nuva's case, this is quite different. For step 7, we have to turn him upside down. I know, unusual, isn't it? So, for step 8, now that he's upside down, we need one of these connecting parts again, and a longer bar. This one, to be precise. Ah, there it is, the double bar. So, what precisely am I doing here again? Ah, it's a bit of a snug fit, but you put it through here, And then this long bar will go through here. It's a very tight fit, so I just had to make sure I was doing it right. Need to push it back a little bit. Okay, let's try this again. There we go, we got it. Step 8 complete. See, normally this is how our Pohatu Nuva would be assembled, like this. But for Pohatu's case, we have to tip him upside down. Let me pause for a moment and prepare for step number 9. And we are back with Bionicle Pohatu Nuva ASMR. So now, showing you how strange it is that we've tipped the figure upside down, already we need to put the armor on. Normally for a Pohatu Nuva, we'd be putting it on here. But Pohatu Nuva always had a strange build to him. He has more of a hunch. He has more of a hunchback here. So that would be like his spine. So you actually need to put it on this way. Looks very unusual, but it all comes together. So, step 9 complete. For step 10, we have to build legs. So, we have that already. We just need a connecting rod here. 2 of them. Okay. So, Pohatu sits up here. We have 2 legs here, which are a kind of beigey cream color, which I think goes really nice with the brown and the black and the silver. Okay, we have 2 legs here, and we have our 2 feet here. There we go. Pohatu Nuva's legs are assembled. There we go. Now to complete step 10, we need to attach the legs to Pohatu Nuva's torso. And you might be looking at it and thinking, can't be right. That looks a bit odd. The torso looks very weird. Looks more animalistic. So step 10 and 11 is putting these legs on. It doesn't look right so far, but that's the beauty of the construction. So for step 12, we have to attach these metal rods to his feet with small bars, which are these small things here. They slip in at the bottom here, and there's a small part here we can put a bar through to secure them in place. Let's go attach here. There we are. Firmly in place. And next for the other one, a snug fit. Securely fasten these metal parts to his feet. Oop, made a mistake there. It's going to go all the way in. All in. There we are. And now Pohatu has these small boots, or metal steel toe caps, if you will. So Pohatu's still looking quite weird and incomplete. That's the beauty of this figure, is that he is quite different from the other Toa. So, for step 13, we need to start building arms, but they're at a quite different angle than what we're used to. Step 14 is like this with the arms as well. As you can see, look at the shape of the arms. They're quite L-shaped. So, we need connecting bars. We need 2 of each. We need 1 on here and another on here. And this is what's so funny about the fit. His arms actually need to go in like this. Looks really odd. And we do that again. We attach connecting part here, connecting part here. Come on, there we go. And Pohatu's arms are complete. Now you might start to see his body making a bit more sense. He has this kind of hunchback to him, so his arms actually kind of stick along at the back here. Pohatu always was a little bit quirky. So, for step 15 we need to... What is that? What are we doing? We have these small black parts here. Ah, I see. So we need to put one here and one here. Why does he want it there? Okay, so it wants it and they want it at the back. And now we have to attach Pohatu's head, which goes in a little socket here. There we go. Let's look into Pohatu's eyes. Kind of red-orange hue to them. Smile for the camera, Pohatu. Hey. High five, Pohatu. Hey. You're almost ready, buddy. So, looking still very unusual is Pohatu Nuva. For step 17, we have to get his most iconic part ready, his mask. So, Pohatu Nuva. His mask goes on like so. Quite strange looking, but I like that. Pohatu, his very cool eyes, and his mask. But we're still not complete. So, Pohatu still has this weird build about him. I like the way he rests though, kind of hunched over. Normally would make the character look quite sad or something, but in this case I think it makes him look quite interesting. So, so for step 18, we just need to attach, in fact, that's strange. It doesn't actually tell you when to put in the shoulder guards. It just assumes you do so. So, Pohatu gets his shoulder guards here. And here. Quite unusual they don't tell you to do that. The shoulder guards really do help though. Make it feel more organic. Here's Pohatu now. So next we have to attach. Pohatu's weapon was quite unusual in that his hands or a weapon. These claws, they attach to his hand underneath. Very peculiar. Claw for climbing up onto and moving around. Stick your hand out there, Pohatu. And we have completed Bionicle Pohatu Nuva. Quite a strange looking figure. I know I keep going on about it, but he really is quite unusual. But I like that about him. I like that more effort went into his design and making him seem different. He has these small, like crab style claws, but they're quite flexible as well. And he would use this to crawl around on stone. Now, in terms of features, he doesn't get like a cool, alternate form for travel. Pohatu was quite keen on just running around, as it were. So, the only real feature you get with him is that he has a gear on his lower end, as opposed to the top. Other toa would have something in their arms, making them swing. But in this case, Pohatu's gear joint goes in at his leg, like so. So you turn the gear, and it makes him take a penalty kick. So Pohatu would kick stone. Pretty cool though. Quite a fast movement as well. Also makes him look as if he's doing a little bit of cabaret. But yeah, Pohatu's a really different design to him. Even right down to his back. He's always kind of hunched over, but it actually gives him quite a lot of personality. I really like it. So, Pohatu Nuva is assembled, but we need to take a look at the rest of this, because there's more configurations we can add to Pohatu, which you don't usually get with the other toa. I'll be back in a second. If I had to summarize Pohatu Nuva, it would be that compared to the other toa, he doesn't get as many features, but he gets creativity. He has one of the most unusual designs of the toa, but I think he's kind of cute. I know for Bionicle, they're not really designed to be cute, but there's just something about this little crabby toa of stone that seems very nice and friendly about him. I don't know what exactly it is, just something about it seems pleasant. On the TV show, well, it wasn't a TV show, but it was a tie-in movie, most of the media depict him as being the friendliest of the toa, and he looks like quite an approachable individual. So, Pohatu does have one additional feature to make up for not having an alternate form of transport. Lewa could fly, Gali could swim, Kopaka could skate. Well, Pohatu is just content to run around. The extra feature you can have, though, is you can detach the claws. If you can detach the claws, there we go. So you detach the claws, and then these small parts. Whoop! Sorry about that. The mask is a little bit flimsy. Put it back on. Okay, so these parts I attach to the arm. I will remove those and leave Pohatu resting here while I figure out exactly what it is I'm doing. Oop. Well, the two claws can actually be bundled together. So I need to take these two parts here, these black connecting rods. As you see here, put both of these through here. And they go through the slot like this. Now, this almost looks like some kind of weapon, but it's not really. I mean, he has two claws, so... Now, granted, if he had 4 claws, this could actually make him look quite formidable if he had one of these on each side. But I think the way this is meant to be used is... There's a lot of media that show Pohatu Toa of Stone just kicking things around. I think this thing is intended as almost kind of like a morning star, a spiked blade that Pohatu would just run around and kick. His weapon would literally be like this spiked blade ball that he would just kick away. Seems quite strange that Pohatu's weapon is something of a projectile. That would be cool on its own, but the projectile is also his hands, so I wonder how he feels about that. Then again, it would have been cool if the figure had 4 blades, because having one of these on each side gives him a really imposing figure. Goes from cute to quite menacing, actually, with the blades in force like that. I like how in the media, though, when he has the claw, it does actually move around. It's not static, it actually closes. So, let's get his regular arm blades back. I'm going to remove these again. Stick them back on the arm. It is good, though, that you can store these on his arms whenever you want to use them. So, arm claw number 1 and arm claw number 2. And we're back to plain old Pohatu. To be honest, I like simplicity in Pohatu. He doesn't have a ton of features, but he just makes up for it for being so darn cute. He's cute, he looks really nice. I like the combination of brown, kind of cream, silver, and black. You don't actually see a lot of superhero / elemental figures in media with the color brown. Brown isn't used as much, but I think it really works in Pohatu's case. So, you have instructions in the rest of the booklet if you want to reverse the gears. If you want to swap which leg does the kicking, then you are free to do so. Oh, there's little Pohatu taking a bow. Besides that, we have instructions for another style of toa that requires Onua, Pohatu, and Tahu. We had another combination bionicle that included Gali, Kopaka, and Lewa. Who knows, maybe I'll build one of these at some point. It does seem to be quite complicated, but I might get around to it. You never know. So this has been Bionicle ASMR. We have 4 down, 2 to go. We've covered Lewa, Kopaka, Gali, and of course Pohatu. Next I think we'll go into Onua, Toa of Earth, and then Pohatu Nuva, Toa of Fire. So, it's time to disassemble our friend Pohatu, but I got to admire him for a bit longer. I really like Pohatu Nuva. I think Kopaka has the, no pun intended, coolest appearance of the Toa, but I think, like, Kopaka is the most badass. I think Kopaka just looks the nicest. Out of all the Toa Nuva, he'd be the one I'd be most willing to leave up on a shelf as decoration. He just looks so strange and cute and unusual. I really like him. And he likes you too. So, high five, Pohatu. Ah. So, let's get some alternate views of what he might look like. Let's get a proper look around. Quite stocky as well. You can imagine how he would walk around with a bit of a waddle. It's strange though, because for an appearance of having a hunchback, you think he would be quite slow and waddle around, but all the media has him like running. He's quite fast. So, it's time to say goodbye for now, Pohatu, but we'll see you soon. So, we'll keep a simplified deconstruction here. We'll take the arm and the shoulder armor. So we have both arms here, in case we need to play around with them next time. It's very easy to put them back together. All you gotta do is attach the arms and legs. So, Bionicle Pohatu Nuva. Let's seal him away, a little friend, for next time. Put the legs in here, the arms, the other arm, two small pieces that fell out, Pohatu's torso and head. See you later, big guy. See you later, friend. Very cute. And the mask. Before I seal you away for good, let's take one last look at the caster for Pohatu Nuva. I really like just the fact that they have this brown colouring to them. You don't see the colour brown associated with much. Pohatu's mask does look very cool. So, put the mask away now and get ready to say goodbye. I feel like I've been a little bit scatterbrained in this video. I've just been having fun toying around with Pohatu Nuva, but I've been enjoying it. Pohatu Nuva sealed away. I can definitely see the appeal Pohatu would have to me as a child. As a child, Pohatu was my very favourite, although he's still among the top two. I love his design and, you know, sometimes you don't really have to have a reason to like something, you just can. This was a fun little video to make. Pohatu is a nice little figure, and I have fun making him and playing around with him. So, here comes the end of this video. Thank you so much, my friends, for stopping by. Me and Pohatu Nuva are friend. Hope you have a wonderful day. We are 4 videos down in this Bionicle Toa Nuva series. We have covered Lewa Nuva, Kopaka Nuva, Gali Nuva, and now Pohatu Nuva. 4 Toa Nuva complete. We have 2 left, Onua Nuva and Tahu Nuva, who we will get around to next time. Until then, this has been your friend, Alakazam ASMR. And I hope you, no matter who you are or where you are, have a wonderful day. Take it easy, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you so desire. In the end of this video, I will enclose a small playlist for convenience that will have the entire Toa Nuva series, should you desire to see the entire collection of Bionicle Toa Nuva figures. Until then, once again, this has been Alakazam ASMR, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. my friends. Take it easy, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Adios. Thank you for your time.